Yo, Moors in America, what's up? It's your boy, Sharif Ali. If you haven't already done so, go to the website, moorsinamerica.com. Make sure that you share, bookmark that website, and share it with everybody, okay? So save it, bookmark it, share it with all your family and friends. moorsinamerica.com. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, of course, you got to hit the subscribe button. And what else? We're on Facebook. We have a like page, Moors in America. We have a Facebook group too. It's like a growing community where everybody can share and speak and share information. So that's incredible. You have to get on both of those formats. Click on the PayPal button, support so that we can keep putting this information out here and keep getting it out here and keep changing our reality. And also the book is coming soon, so make sure you support that and support the Patreon account too, okay? Because you definitely want the information to keep getting out there. You want us to keep doing it, keep bringing you new content, so we're gonna do that. Sharif Ali, check out this great video and make sure you share it, all right? And if you didn't already, subscribe and also go to the website, moorsinamerica.com. That's it. Peace. What's up, Moors in America? What's up? So I'm just gonna hit on something that I tend to talk about, or I've talked about a couple times, but it's important, right? And I keep seeing it come up, so you know, there's a lot of confusion out there, and I'm just gonna come at you like, all right, a lot of people, okay, there's a lot of confusion going on around there. There's so much information out there, especially now, about Moors, where 15 years ago there was nothing. You know, and before the internet was like it is now, it was like really hard to find this information, and we've been on it since then. You know, like we was on it when we actually had to physically get out there and meet people and do things like that, because it wasn't just, the information wasn't so readily available, right? Or you had to get like videotapes and DVDs on the street and stuff like that. So y'all don't know nothing about that. So like you can read all this stuff and see videos and all this stuff now and think that you know everything, okay? All right, so I'm coming at you from someone who didn't grow up in the temple, didn't grow up in the Nation of Islam or any of that, grew up around regular people who knew nothing about this stuff. Now all of a sudden, people who's like old enough to be my granddad, like, oh, we been knew about this. Right. Yeah, we Moors. They didn't know any of that back then, though.
And if they did, they didn't tell nobody.
They didn't tell us. They didn't know. And a lot of them, I think they just found out now too. But you know, they didn't know. And if they did, they weren't telling us. Like she said, we didn't see them. We didn't see the people wearing the fezzes. We heard nothing about the temple. We knew nothing about it until we were already adults. Okay. And so we learned all the information, a ton of information on our own. And we had to put it together, piece it together, and see what it is, what is what. So, you know, I don't know how old you are watching this, but that's where we're coming from. And so maybe you can listen and take whatever you can out of this and throw away whatever you can't get anything from. But, you know, this is the wisdom that we got. Okay, basically, with the Moorish Science Temple, because for the most part, like, people that look like us wouldn't even know that we're indigenous to the Americas if it wasn't for Noble Drew Ali. We definitely wouldn't be on the Moorish Science, Moorish American, whatever you would say, if it wasn't for Noble Drew Ali. A lot of us wouldn't even be Muslims, Nation of Islam, any of that stuff if it wasn't for Noble Drew Ali. So you should listen and show a little respect, because that's the perspective we're coming from. Okay, so having not learned this in the temple, you know, when we started getting the information, we weren't in a rush to go and join the temple. We didn't really care. It's like, okay, we learning everything. We don't really need to do any of that stuff. And so when I see people out here, you know, with their own Moorish license plates, or selling them, or people, you know, wanting to know about how to get them, and, you know, people wanting their own Moorish driver's license, and people saying that the police don't have jurisdiction over them, and all that stuff. I get it. I get it. I know where you're coming from. I get even the people who's frustrated because they're like, these people didn't tell us anything. You know, I get it. But, You know, the main thing is that, in all honesty, there is no Moorish DMV. You know, Department of Motor Vehicles. There's no Moorish Police Department or law enforcement. There's no Moorish any of those things, right? You may have some people out here who act like they are, who act like they have it, but a lot of them are selling products. You know, they have a motive to say that stuff. They're not really official. And then there's nothing that's recognized by all Moors, or at least by the majority of Moors, as the department of such and such.
Right.
Okay? So it's not official, and that's how come it carries no weight. And so that's how come if you are out here with this stuff, if the police aren't messing with you, you know, it's because you know, you're lucky. Maybe they don't feel like going through all this extra stuff with you, right? Or they used to dealing with people with those tags, and they're like, yeah, not a big deal. I'm not saying that there aren't legitimate reasons to be like that, okay? It's just that you're under occupation, whether you want to admit that or not. You know, you're colonized, okay? And there's a way to get out of that. But you can't just go from being colonized to just, oh, I'm over here on my own. We got our stuff together. We good. Because you don't. All Moors, you don't even have a majority who agree, okay? So there's no numbers backing it up. So it carries no weight. So if somebody's like, screw them, we taking them to jail. We're going to pop them. We're going to shoot them. They can do it. They don't have to respect it. They really don't, okay? You're outgunned, outnumbered. Some people, you know, who are really, really thinking you know everything, y'all come at me like, oh, you know, you scared, you pushing. No, dude, I've been there. You like, it baby level to me, because I've been there where, yeah, I already know about that. I'm on the next level, like, okay, you know, we ain't there yet. Enough of us ain't there yet, okay? Like, look, some people dropped the ball. People our parents' age, people our grandparents' age, and our great-grandparents' age, they should have been on this. They should have been doing things that haven't been done to this day. Like, for example, how come back in the days the prophet was messing with politics? He was rubbing elbows with lawmakers, doing things to get laws changed and stuff in our favor. But nobody kept that going. Okay? So you have nearly 100 years have gone by, and you know, entire generations dropped the ball. They didn't do that. How come we still don't have senators and congressmen, governors who are on who are on our payroll or who are working with us? Because we helping them get elected. We helping them do things, so they scratching our back. For Moorish Americans, not even for all of us, just for Moorish Americans. You know, there's groups even smaller than ours who have this, who are doing it. Okay, so how come we didn't do it? All right, and I'm saying we, because I'm just being all inclusive. I ain't dropped the ball. I was born into this. Like I said, I didn't even know about this stuff. Okay, so those people before me dropped the ball. They didn't do it.
And
you know, and then even people my parents' age, they didn't know about it. Ain't their fault. Nobody told them. You okay? And they weren't born in the information age, so they definitely didn't know about it. People my parents' age, they're finding out about it from people like us. You know, so the people dropped the ball, and they didn't do those things like starting to use their numbers to get, you know, to get benefits and things done for their community, their organization, to get laws changed and protections and things like that, to start to enforce some of these things that we know to be true. You know, like, hey, you have to recognize us. We're self-determined. This is who we are. We're not under that slave label anymore. And that takes law changing. Things will have to happen so that what you're saying carries weight, and they didn't do it. So we have to do that now. Okay? So we have to do that. And then down the line, the things that some of you are trying to do will be possible. You know? So I'm saying that stuff might be possible for your children or your grandchildren if you're on it right now. Okay? But it's not even realistic for you. It's not even going to work for you, right? And it's because, like, the work didn't get done. Like I said, man, nearly 100 years went by, you know, and the progress wasn't getting made. And, like, for a long time, the Moorish Science Temple was stagnant, like, dying, because The numbers were dwindling. They didn't
They were
have young
falling
people
out.
coming in.
Everybody wanted to be in the top position. They couldn't agree on stuff. And
Yeah.
lost momentum.
And they weren't out actively recruiting new members, which I ain't even saying they were supposed to, but they weren't. So they didn't have young people coming in. They weren't passing the buck. And it wasn't appealing, to the youth. They're looking at them like, whatever. It was some secretive stuff. They didn't care. So it didn't get passed on, and then the work didn't get done. Okay? So for the people who seeing the dudes online talking about they don't have jurisdiction over me, this is their argument. People who standing on that, usually because they're selling something, so they're standing on it hard. Their argument is that we have to do this. We have to sacrifice. We got to put in the work. You might have to talk to the police every week. That's what you got to do, because we need to. That's not how it's going to change. That's just like telling these people out here, these Black Lives Matters marchers and all that. That's like saying what they doing is going to change. You marching. How long they been marching? What have they gotten changed?
It's distractions.
Nothing. It's a distraction. It's like, okay, the only thing that really, can get changed is something that I can't even really say on YouTube. It's not like illegal or nothing like that. It's just, giving away too much information. But it's grown man, grown woman stuff. It has nothing to do with being emotional and being out there arguing and stuff like that. You got to put your money where your mouth is. You have to man up and do things maybe that you don't want to. You got to make alliances with people that you don't get along with or don't see eye to eye with, and all just work together for one cause. And people you can't do what regular black folks do, and they just vote Democrat. Or somebody like Hillary Clinton can just come out and just, say something stupid or do a little stupid dance and people vote for her. Can't do that stuff. We pay taxes just like everyone else, and you don't even get the benefits from it. You're paying the police, you're paying fire department, all that stuff, and then the police can come and kill you and don't even go to trial.
With your tax money.
Okay? So there's something wrong with that. You should be outraged about that. And standing your ground and saying you don't have jurisdiction over me is not going to get it done.
It's not the way.
Because people are getting locked up. And it's like, to tell people you got to make that sacrifice to get it, to change things, it's not. Only thing it's doing is we're out here running our mouths. Okay, not me, but people are out there running their mouths, and you showing them that you on the law and this and that, and they going back and changing things up and switching the game up because you're giving away the goods. If there was a loophole, you done told them that you know about it, and so they're on it like, okay, they're on that sovereign citizen stuff that the European Americans were on. Europeans of European descent, they're the ones that did the sovereign citizen, got the militias all over the country. They're big on that. The information's been out here for like 30, 40 years. There's a rise of the Moors, and they're mixing that stuff in. So you got all these people running around using that stuff, and so they're like, okay, you know what? We're going to label them black identity extremists. And they put it out there. I'm not making this up. And you guys are still going with it. And they're not like, oh, you're not a black identity extremist because you claim to be more. They don't give a damn. You fall under their category. You're still under their label. I'm not sitting up here acting like I'm not. You're still under their label. Everybody's under that black label, whether you like it or not, And so whatever you're claiming and stuff, it has no weight. The only way to get anything done is if we can all agree, at least for the greater good, there are no Moorish license plates that carry any weight unless we have a Moorish Department of Motor Vehicles that we all respect, that we actually put our finances in, that then it would carry some weight.
Or at least a division within the one that already exists, representatives.
And I get it. Like, people don't want to do that. You're like, man, all that, I want to do this now. And I get it. Because, we should be able to do this now. People should have been doing the jobs that they didn't do. 100 years went by, So, yes, I get that frustration. It should be possible now, but it's not. Because if people drop the ball, are you going to step up to the plate? Are you going to keep giving giving the enemy, giving whoever, whatever you consider
All
your
your
colonizers to
ideas.
be, giving them the goods, letting them know what your plan is. This is what we gonna do. We standing on this, so they can keep changing their game plan up.
Like,
so
what
they
part
can
of the
start
game
making
is
special
that?
cells for people in Guantanamo Bay. Like, okay, these black identity extremists are a problem. You have people going and just killing mass black people, going to church, killing them, and they're not labeling them, white identity extremists.
Right.
But you got a couple black people who, for the most part, are harmless, just standing on their rights, what they believe to be their rights, okay, which you should be able to do in this country, and they're being labeled terrorists. So that's not fair. That's not right. This ain't a joke, man. They doing this to you.
That's why we got to start back from the basics and work, from the ground up.
You got to be smarter.
You can't start where you think you should be. You can't go off of what you're labeling yourself as,
Yeah, because the
These
truth
people
isn't pretty.
Self-made labels and, calling themselves sheiks and kings, and it's like, you gave yourself that title. That's
who agreed
great.
to that? Did
That's
the
great.
council
Good for
agree
you.
to that?
But come on down a little bit and build with the people.
So the truth isn't as pretty. It's not sexy. It's going to take some work, and it may take some time, and the benefits may be for your children, it might be for your grandchildren. But if you're grown up, you should be able to do that, right? That's the sacrifice. The sacrifice ain't on some low level. You might have to mess with the cops every now and then. They might pull you over. They might let you go. That's stupid. That's BS sacrifice, because you doing that ain't getting any laws changed, and it's not making it better for all Moorish Americans, okay? And so the only people that benefit is the few who really want to study up on the law, and even still, you might still get it, and you don't know, So I'm saying, okay, the things that really could make some changes, would be using your numbers, starting to get laws changed, starting to get finances and things into your community, and then hiring your own law enforcement,
right.
Things like that. But that takes time, and people, you're gonna have to, you're just gonna have to man up and
be
just
humble.
deal with it.
You have to be humble, because you have to understand that with our online situation, we're able to reach thousands upon thousands of people as fast as a finger snap. So you have to understand that all these people are coming from different places in life, different school of thoughts. You have to be humble, meet people where they are, and build from there.
Yeah, so like I said, man, I get it. You got all the information, so especially people who think they well read, like, why I'm listening to these people, Hey, look, we was on this before it was so easy to get the information, and I'm still on it, okay? So I'm telling you that there's more to it than that. The temple isn't useless, because you need to learn the structure, okay? If people really went through the temple structure and weren't turned off by it, you stuck with it, you see the reasons why. Even back then, Noble Drew Ali was telling people, don't go around causing confusion. Don't flash in your nationality card at Europeans. It's like, why? Why are you doing that? Right. Be real about the situation. And he was saying that then. It's like, look, there's work to do. We need to start messing with these politicians. We got to play the game. You have to play the game. And you don't even know who you're listening to. We were so revolutionary. We freaking left the country for a long time with children. You know how difficult that is? Because of this mess, And I'm looking around at all the people who's crazy. People don't get along. All our people who's all in disarray and stuff. Forget this, man. We getting out of here. And I'm telling you, look, all right, you got to play the game. Everybody is playing the game.
And you have to learn the game
that don't mean
to play the game.
You have to sell your soul or something stupid. I'm saying for real, you got to play the game. You're a grown up. You have to be able to sit at the table, play politics, do these things just like everyone else. And if you don't, you're still going to pay taxes. You're just going to pay, but you don't get to play like everyone else. You're getting played. You pay and you're getting played. And that's jacked up. You paying taxes and you can still get gunned down. People can still get away with murder. you know, and that's jacked up. So I'm telling you, stop with that BS. Okay, because I don't care if you, especially if you're on that Moorish stuff, some of y'all be like, well, we don't pay taxes. Yes, you do. Yes, everyone does. You're going to pay. Okay, that's how come they send drug dealers to jail. You know, if you don't pay the cops off, they're going to come and get you. You're going to pay. Everybody pays. All right, that's how it is. And so stop paying and getting played. You got to play the politics. You got to play the game, okay? That's how it goes around here, okay? So, I was just sharing that because there's a ton of confusion out there, man. I'm telling you, it's time for people to start getting the basics, you know, get the divine constitution and all that stuff, see how the structure is set up, and then think like, maybe there's a different way I could go about this. Even if your end game is to have your own everything, your own licenses and all these things, that's petty level, but I'm saying for real, to have all that stuff for yourself, that's the end game, that's what's up. I'm with that, but it's going to take work and time to get to that point. You can't go from 0 to 100 in 2 fucking seconds.
You can't just get jumped in the game, become an OG next week. Like...
Yeah, you got to accelerate and get up to there. You got to build from somewhere. It's not our fault that these older people didn't do their job, okay? But boo-hoo, who cares? Now we're adults. We got to do it. And if we don't do it, then it's going to be on your children. Now, I'm not putting it on my children. I don't know about you. So, you know, hopefully people get it. And that's really all I had to say, because you see so much confusion. And it's sad, too, for the people who's new to this information, because y'all coming in and you seeing all this crazy stuff. You don't know what's what.
Right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, be careful. Be careful. People telling you that
you gotta pay $2,000
you gotta pay
to
to nationalize
like,
and any
no.
of that stuff. Like, get away from them. Get away from them. People telling you to go out there and get properties. They not telling you that people are getting locked up.
They're gonna sit you in an empty house for free.
They're not telling you a woman actually got the book thrown at her for squatting in the house. Like, that's not even a big deal, and they put her away for like 2 or 3 decades. Like, you don't want to mess with these people, man. I'm telling you, and I don't care how well known they are or what, how well spoken they seem. I'm telling you to, like, be careful out here. You know, there's work that needs to be done. Some people are trying to skip that stuff. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to say. If anyone wants to know what the answer is, I mean, I'm not gonna sit up and act like I have all the answers, but I'll suggest finding a real, legit temple. Going in there, learning the structure, learning how it's supposed to be done, and then you can put that with what you think you know.
And study yourself.
Right? Because we don't ever need to act like we know everything. If anyone's sitting up there acting like you know everything and you can't learn, you messing up. You slipping up, man. You messing up out here. So that's it. Peace.